everybody, and welcome to the show for what is this, the 18th of November? Whew, man, time is
I
flying.
mean, 19
Absolutely.
for us, but 18 for everyone else.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is true. But we're happy to have you guys here as usual. As always, first things first, definitely check out those links down below, please, and become part of what's all going on down there. But other than that, hit that share button for us so we can get more people to see us live. Although we do appreciate all you guys that are listening back later. That's cool too. But we like to have a bunch of people here so we can get a bunch of chat questions, and it's more fun. But as you already heard, we have our oily bird with us today. How you doing, Booster?
I made it today. Wow.
You did. Now,
Yeah.
now Booster here has really been enjoying his Pokemon game, Sword and Shield,
Yeah.
on his
Hmm.
Switch. And
I've been playing too much
we
of it. Yeah.
well, dude, I've been hearing a lot of mixed opinions about it. So why don't
Oh, yeah.
you've been playing it, so tell us about it, dude.
I understand all the complaints, right? A lot of the complaints is kind of spun out of the idea that you don't get every single Pokemon this gen, right? Which has been kind of a trademark of the game for 2 decades, just about now. Yeah.
Hmm.
Gotta catch them all. Now it's just gotta catch most of them, which doesn't gel with a lot of people, especially since my personal favorite Pokemon, Azumarill, didn't make the cut. So
Oh,
yeah, it sucks, right? So with that, the excuses came out from Game Freak. Well, we had to cut this out and this out and this out because we're trying to make higher res models. We're rebuilding the models. It turns out they didn't.
yeah,
Right,
sure.
so that's where the Game Freak lied hashtag came from. They redid the texturing and skins for all of the Pokemon, but they didn't redo the modeling and the meshing, right? And redoing textures is much easier. But then when we see what we got from this game, a lot of the texturing and anti-aliasing I found, and the frame rate. Technically, this game it's not up to snuff, you know.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the complaints are very valid. But I got what I want out of a Pokemon game. It's everything I personally want out of one, so
Well,
I
there you
can't
go.
complain.
That's
I'm enjoying it personally, but I
yeah.
understand everyone else's gripes. It's
Mhm.
just the problems with the game aren't a deal breaker for me personally.
Well, you know what it is though. It's just another example of a company putting out an unfinished game. Is really what it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
oh
that's what
yeah.
it
They
comes down
they
to.
should have delayed it for a few months because modders are fixing a lot of the problems this game have within a couple of hours, right?
Right.
So it really comes down to either they've got a small team and it's not their main team that usually works on this game, or it's laziness.
Mhm. Yeah, it is amazing to me what the modders do so quickly, what the pros, seemingly pros, can't. It's like
Hmm.
maybe you should be hiring them instead, right?
Right?
But
Why
because
aren't these
obviously,
people working? These mods I keep hearing about that always do damn good work.
right, right.
Why aren't
I
they
mean,
working?
they took the game Skyrim,
Hmm.
which I always thought was a wonky Bethesda game. I mean, Oblivion I thought was
That's a
smoother.
redundant statement.
Well, it's true.
It's just a
That is true.
Bethesda game.
That is true. But those modders, man, they turned that into a
Yep,
very nice game, actually.
yep, yep.
Um, so I mean, good on them. I heard California Night Pope is here. Hi, Night
Yeah,
Pope.
you have the California show on the title
This
today.
is the
What's that about?
California show. Well, this is the California show. I figured I might as well start titling it that. But
Fair enough.
fair enough, right? But there have been a few little video game things. I know we mainly do, comic stuff here, but the video game stuff is a big love for many of us as well. And one
Yep,
big
yep.
piece of news that's been leaking out, and it's still kind of unofficial, but it's I think it's real. Is Half-Life 3 is being rumored, but it's only in
Oh.
VR, and you have to spend a thousand
Mm.
dollars for the VR thing to get the game. Now, you think that's going to blow up in their face?
Yeah, absolutely would if it's true, which I'm going to assume there's zero validity to that because I've heard Half-Life rumors for years now.
Yeah, no, dude, this is a little different because a uh, email conversation between the boss, that kind of jack off over there at Valve, and some other developer, it got leaked. It's a long conversation between
Oh.
them, and it looks legit. And they're calling it Half-Life Alex or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, dude,
Oh
that's
no.
going to be the biggest scandal ever, man. Yeah,
Gabe, what are you doing?
I know,
Gabe
right?
Newell, you were the chosen one.
You were, yeah. And it's so dumb. And even in the conversation, the guy's like, you really got to lock everybody out and only have it on VR?" He says, "Yeah, well, it just works better that way." I hate it when these guys say it just works with any other words following it. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and going back to frickin' Todd Howard. That was a Todd Howard bass. But anyway, we're way
Great.
off. Let's get
Classic Todd Howard
yeah,
line.
let's get away from the video games and go back to what we're supposed to be doing here. Hi, George.
Greetings.
Reading.
Okay, George. So, how
Right
we
to the point.
feeling today?
I'm feeling random.
Feeling
Uh-oh.
random.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to George, I always feel it's kind of tentative, right? Because it's always like I'm talking to a freshly shorn badger, you know. So, what's the angst level? Uh-huh.
I think it's more of a mongoose today.
Oh.
Mongoose.
Goodness
Oh.
gracious.
That makes me nervous.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you want to talk about stupidity. In Hawaii, after seeing many other countries introducing species to deal with one invasive species and failing miserably, like rabbits in Australia or frogs in Australia. Australia has done it many times. Shows you how dumb they are. But Hawaii said, you know what? We're going to use the mongoose and we're going to have them deal with some animal problem we have, right? I think it was rats because so many rats had
Oh.
come on the ships, right? But the problem is, mongoose are a diurnal creature, and rats are a nocturnal creature. So they never actually interacted at all. Instead of what the mongoose did, they went and ate all the local birds and their eggs.
Has
Yeah.
introducing an animal to deal with another animal ever worked
No,
ever
no,
in the
no,
history of anything?
never. And that's why it makes
Yeah.
me laugh because they knew that anyway, but they did it.
Ah.
So it's like, yep, brainiacs are going on over there. Let's see. Nixie says, you guys are up against Billy Tucci on EVS and Dave Dorman on Mike Show. Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ooh,
that's
Dave
okay.
Dorman.
We're okay with that.
Sorry.
We are okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Because
did you say Dave Dorman?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, our own fucking bloody panelists are going to go off and watch these shows.
probably.
Like, ooh.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, of course, you can always come back and watch us after. We're going to do our show. We're going to give our
We'll
stuff, and you
still
come watch
be
it later.
here
We'll still be
for
here.
you.
Yeah.
No,
And
just stretch
The
it out.
purple.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
yeah, no, Billy Tucci's awesome. And Dave Dorman, I don't know much about him. Explain him to me a little bit.
Cover artist for like Star Wars and uh, for novel covers for Star Wars. A lot of
Oh,
uh, the early Star Wars that was done by Dark Horse.
oh, I see. Well,
Dave
that's why
Dorman
I.
is like Drew Struzman, but he's more of a comic book guy. He did a lot of comic book covers, and
Mhm.
he did novel covers too. Obviously, that's where these guys make a lot of their money. But um, he's not like highbrow like Drew Struzman.
Oh, I see. Well, all right. That's probably why I don't know him because I've never really been big into Star Wars comics. Although it's interesting, a lot of people do like the Star Wars comics, and it's kind of saved certain parts of the industry a little bit, hasn't it? I mean, really,
Saved it.
well, dude, for quite a while here, the only real thing that's selling well for Marvel was Star Wars books, dude.
It's
Yep.
true. The Star Wars issue
Mm,
1 a few years back sold massive.
Because I mean,
because
Marvel is on
I
their
don't.
knees, dude, full on their knees.
I would give a lot of more credit to Stuart Immonen for that stuff than
Oh,
it being Star Wars.
I'm not talking about. Oh, I see. You're talking about the art of it itself. It may be true. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't read Star Wars comics. I never really have. Me, there, it's a movie thing, and I go watch the movie. I never watch the novelization or read the novelization of a movie. I've never done that.
Mhm.
It's weird. Now, I've certainly seen movies of books I've read, like, of course, Tolkien's Lord of the Rings or things like that. But yeah, no, I've never been that kind of guy.
For some reason, I read the novelization for Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels in high school.
Really?
I did a book report on it.
Well, it actually was a fun movie, though.
I love that movie, Jess. That's one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah, that one. There's another one called Snatch.
Yep, yep. Another great
Snatch.
movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
those are fun. Though, who's the one that does those movies? What's his name? I forget.
Guy
Shit, I
Ritchie,
should
Guy
know.
right?
Yeah, Guy
Ritchie. There
Ritchie.
it
That's
is.
the one.
Yeah, yeah. I like his
Mm.
sense of idea, his sense of style. It's cool. I bet you he's an incredibly intolerable human to be around, though. I just
Most
get the
likely.
feeling that you wouldn't want to be anywhere near that guy. You know. But who knows? He could be the
Hmm.
nicest person in the world, I suppose. But he always kind of comes off as this ultra egotistic type of fella. But hey, you never know. Let's see, back in the '70s, Star Wars saved Marvel Publishing. Well, they've done it more than once, Nick. There you go. And Marvel always finds themselves in trouble, don't they? Oh well, it is what it is. But nevertheless, we got the whole crew in here. We got George, and of course, we have Todd. How you doing, Todd?
Good. I'm doing really good. Sorry, I had a phone call.
Oh no, that's all good, man. Absolutely.
Okay.
But we got a little bit of news to get into today, guys, and we'll keep it tight today. But let's jump over and see what we have to talk about. So let me go ahead and share this out first. And there we go. All right, so let's see what we got. Now, let's come back to that. Now, first thing we're going to take a look here is from Bonding into Comics. We have Jeff Goldblum confirms Robert Downey Jr. to return to MCU in What If series. Now, I don't know why this is coming from Jeff Goldblum and not from Robert
That
Downey
was a
Jr. himself.
very strange source.
Yes, but Jeff is he's a weird fella. But we
He's a
love him
very
anyway.
eccentric guy.
Yeah, we love him
Mhm.
anyway, though. And actually, him being the Grand Master, I thought was perfect casting. Actually,
It was.
yeah,
He was that one line. Only he could deliver perfectly. You know, when he has his death stick and he says, "Of course, I pardon you. I pardon you from life."
you're right.
He's the only person in the world who could deliver that line like that.
Yeah. Well, he is what he is. He fits his niche quite well. But Goldblum made the confirmation when he was asked by BuzzFeed, celeb,
Yeah.
if he would be returning to the role of Grand Master in Thor: Love and Thunder. First, Goldblum noted that he is in talks to reprise his role as Grand Master. He stated, "We are talking about it. In fact, I hope so. I love Taika Waititi. He's a great director and a friend of mine, but I hope so." Okay. He would then note that he recorded a voice role as Grandmaster for the What If, because What If is supposed to be a animated series, as far as I understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I understood too.
yeah. So okay, so it's voice acting, which is cool. I'm happy that they're doing animated stuff as well.
Oh,
I was
absolutely.
really kind of worried they were going to get away from it or something. So I'm very happy about that.
Prefer animation myself
Yeah,
when it
and
comes to comic book adaptation.
well, I don't know. I've enjoyed what Marvel has done with the live action movies. I think they've been fun. They've shown you
Hmm.
how you do it, right? But no,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree. I agree with the animation thing.
I
And
I just feel drawing medium to a drawing medium, it translates well, right?
yeah, no, it does. And of course, with the What If, it's going to allow them to try many different things and see what sticks. And I think that's cool too. And maybe going an animated route, it ultimately is a cheaper way to do that. Because these films are tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to make. So animation is not that as expensive. So I played the part again a couple of days ago. I went to Disney Studios and I recorded the Grandmaster's voice for an episode of a show that's going to be on Disney Plus called What If. Where it's an animated version of all the characters we know and love from Marvel. And this episode included the Grandmaster and Iron Man. So Robert Downey will do a voice in that. And Korg, which I didn't care for that character at all from YTD, had already recorded his voice for that.
Hmm.
I enjoyed it for a couple of hours. I enjoyed doing that again. So the Grandmaster as well. Now I wonder if he has an NDA at all and he's in trouble. But he's one of these dudes that
No,
can't
there.
shut his mouth. Shut his mouth though.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
tell you, Korg is very popular in New Zealand because we all find him hilarious. But after I read Planet Hulk, I was like, oh, they butchered him.
Well, it might be because it's a New Zealand thing and we don't get it.
Yeah,
Because I didn't like the voice. I didn't like the
yeah.
laid back Nate. There was nothing about Korg I liked at all.
New Zealanders loved him. They thought he was the best character.
Yeah, well, yeah,
But no, after I watched
that's cool.
him, no, after I read Planet Hulk, I really prefer the Planet Hulk character.
Yeah. I don't know. What did you guys think? Did you like the Korg character in Ragnarok?
Piss off, Ghost.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
funny.
right.
It was okay.
It was weird to me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a huge fan of Ragnarok anyway. I mean, it had some good points in it, and then it had some bad ones. I don't know. I just can't get the one thing I can't get past is Valkyrie was set up as a villain, a villainess, and they just automatically she's a good guy without any repercussions whatsoever. I don't get it. I don't get it because she was a full on villain, right? I just
No,
can't get
she
past
was
it.
just misunderstood.
Dude,
She,
how many people
she
died because of her?
Chester, she redeemed herself.
Yeah,
Where?
she redeemed
Where
herself, but
exactly
because she
and
was
when?
being a black woman
Oh, that
that
okay.
might be bi.
That was definitely lesbian. What are you talking about?
So
There's no
she
bi at
gets a
all.
pass. She just had a few oopsie daisies
Okay,
That's
all
right.
right, fine.
that
Okay.
involved dead people
I don't
of
think
her own
is
people
she black?
that
I thought
she
she was like
betrayed.
Polynesian or something.
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
She probably identifies.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever. Whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you're totally right.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I just can't get past that. But anyway, that's cool. That's nice. Hopefully they'll all do stuff on the What If. That'll be a lot of fun. That's one of the few things I'm actually interested in coming forward. Now, I do have faith that they're going to be well done because they've proven themselves. They've done what are we up 22 movies already? I mean, they've proven that they're going to make at least a fun popcorn movie at the worst. So, I mean, it's all good for me. We are worried that it's going to get a little bit too ultra woke, but I don't think they'll let it go that far. I think there'll be a little bit
We'll
of it.
see.
Yeah, we'll see. Because we're
Mm.
already seeing a trend of pushing hard back against this woke stuff already. It's already
Look how
trending
well
away from
Joker
it.
did, eh?
Well, I mean, yeah, but then put it next to Charlie's Angels, and as far as listening to the reviewers, it's an okay movie. The acting's okay. It's not a bad movie actually, but nobody went and saw that movie. $8 million, woof, dead.
Did
Right,
worse than bloody Terminator. How humiliating is that?
right, right. And it's because no one wanted it, and everyone knows it's ultra SJW, which it is. And it's just there's no people are just nope, 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 nope. And that's what they got to learn. They have to learn. And I don't think Marvel is going to go down hardcore down that road. I know a lot of people are really worried about it, but let's just give them a chance. Maybe they'll break our hearts. I don't know. We'll see. But that's interesting. Moving on. Oh, goodness gracious, Booster. Go ahead and read
Uh
this, man.
oh. Oh, bro! Thousands of hacked Disney Plus accounts are already for sale on hacking forums. I decided
Wow.
to do the Korg
Yes,
voice.
thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
very
since
much.
you
Yeah,
hate it.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But no, this is pretty serious because I
yeah.
don't know the total of Disney subscribers yet, but I know it was like I saw plus 10 million today, so it's at least 10 million, right? Probably a lot
Whoops.
more. And ooh, goodness gracious! I mean, and it's very simple. They've hacked it right here at the front part too. So this is not good. And of course, the sales price is, it's pretty cheap at least. But still, your people are their information's being out there like that. And of course, I'm sure they got on it very quickly. I'm not going to read the entire article, but just the headline itself caught my attention because, I mean,
It's a
damn
pretty big
man,
deal. Stay safe
that's
out there, people.
yeah, that's quick, man. And we've
Yeah.
heard, I think it was Todd or George was mentioning there's been, or maybe it was Booster. One of you was mentioning that there was some other big hacks as well on some other company.
I don't remember that.
Someone has said it, but we've seen them over the years. But you would think they've locked this up by now, but I guess not. Better get on that because that's going to hurt you. You don't want this kind of news. People,
Yeah.
saying slow download or whatever. That's not going to hurt you as much, but this right here will hurt you. So
Okay, well, you do realize all these hacks are on purpose for the credit score system. They couldn't implement it properly at the beginning because they don't have enough data to fully immerse the credit score system into the world. And the only way to and they can't really roll it out slowly because people would say no to it.
mhm.
So they have to hack the credit bureau. They have to hack the credit cards, which they did as well. And they
Well,
have to hack
George,
the payment account,
the
and then
tinfoil hat
then they have
conversations
enough
are for
data.
Sunday. Those are
Hmm.
for
Oh no, no, this
Sunday.
is not tinfoil. All these hacks are are all similar. Yahoo got hacked. Microsoft got hacked. Google got hacked. Everybody got hacked.
Mm.
And the pattern's the same. Oh, we're sorry. We had a
So
security lapse and all that stuff. But they tell you like
it's
months
the
after it
government.
actually
The
happened.
government did it.
Of course it did.
I see. All right, rock
They
on.
need they need the data. They need a large pool of data to
Uh-huh.
support their credit score system.
I see. I don't even know if I have a credit card, a credit
Next
score
on
system.
TFT.
You do, Chester. It's very bad. I can
I
tell you.
don't know. I live in Japan. I don't think I'm part of the American credit system.
It doesn't matter where you are.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. I got a gold card. Does that mean anything?
Yes, it does.
No.
It actually is
Oh.
pretty cool, dude. I can walk into any airport and walk into the lounge free, man. Just show my gold
I
card.
did
Yeah, it's
that.
pretty badass, dude. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Lap it out.
you and anybody with a magic marker.
No, George. There are benefits to being a gold member holder. Now, of course, I will never own a platinum card.
La-di-da.
Never. Because those are only for the really, really rich people. But
Look at me, I'm Mr. Busby on my golden throne.
hey, dude,
Yeah,
take it where you can get it, right?
listen to him being very humble. I just got a gold card.
I got
I'm
a
very
golden ticket.
Yeah, but
yeah.
other good thing, if you can get one, you should, because if you want to get a little bit higher priced item and you want to split it out on your credit card stuff, they never question it with the gold card. You don't have to go and they don't have to go through a process of checking it or getting permission. It's automatic, right? There's many little benefits to having a gold card, and many of you could probably get one and not realize you can get it actually. Because
Uh-huh.
it has more to do with how good how well you pay back your credit card, and much less to do about how much money you actually have, right?
Well, say if someone still owes you $5,
Hmm.
how's that going to go?
What does that have to do with gold credit cards, dude? God, George, goodness gracious. Anyway, this is not good news. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this and see how things go, because Disney needs to get this under control, because this will hurt them horribly. And they have more than 10 million customers in the first 24 hours. Oh, there you go. But I don't know the total, but I'm sure it's huge. Because and people are saying, why is that happening? What's going on?
Huge.
But the
Yeah, but
huge.
hold on a sec. Disney, I mean, Disney shouldn't even be worried about this hack because they really don't have 10 million customers. All they have is 10 million Verizon customers that were uh, included in the free one
George,
year
it
service.
said joined in the first 24 hours. That means people that actually created an account, not ones who were given an automatic account through Verizon. That is beyond, above and beyond that number, I'm sure. But then again, some people are are kind of why people jumping on the Disney bandwagon, that Disney hate type of thing, and I get that, because Disney needs a square kick in the ass from time to time. But
They need a
just think,
spanking.
well, they do, but just think of
Yeah.
the absolute content that is going to be on that streaming service. I mean, because they
Well,
own
are you sure?
everything.
Are you sure that those are 10 million people who actually joined up, or is that 10 million accounts that Disney bought for themselves?
George, I'm assuming, but
Oh my god.
you are really, really being angsty today. We got angsty George today, everybody. He's against the world. Like I said, a freshly shorn badger. Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah,
What
I
is a
don't.
mongoose?
No. I'm sticking with the
I'm
badger.
not even paying attention.
I am
You
paying
said
attention.
mongoose.
I like them. I like the badger better, and I just
I
like
pay
the.
attention to you,
I don't.
George.
I don't know what it is.
Just call me Ricky Tikki
Freshly
Tavi.
shorn badgers. There's something fun
Hmm.
saying that. I don't
Well,
know what it is.
Nick
Freshly
C is saying
shorn mongoose.
next.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. This is much
They
better.
want
Next one.
next.
I'm sorry. What is this? Oh, that's that pretty boy Prince from the Aquaman. Oh, what? Patrick Wilson gives update on Aquaman 2. Pitches Vera Farmiga to join film. Who in the hell is a Vera
Who?
Farmiga?
She
Google
was
it.
in Bates Motel. She was the mother.
That doesn't help me at all.
Yeah.
You didn't watch Bates Motel?
No, what are you talking about? I watched the
It's really
Psycho. Are
good.
you talking about Psycho?
I'm worried that someone is going to say Master Bates, and I'm going to giggle. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about.
That's okay. I
Yeah.
beat you to it. Let's see what this has to say here. Much like you can't have Thor without his brother Loki, it turns out Aquaman's half brother Orm won't be far behind when the sequel rolls into production. We can do without Orm just fine. Orm and Night
Mm.
Owl actor Patrick Wilson confirmed as much while promoting his latest release, Midway, which I'm hearing that's actually not that bad a flick. Talking with The Hollywood Reporter, Aquaman 2 and the Ocean Master came up toward the end of
Oof.
the sit down. Wilson stated he is slightly briefed on Orm related matters and teased he will be back for a second round. Okay. While
To be
he,
honest, it's Black Manta I want more of.
right, a lot
Yeah,
more of, yeah, but didn't they kind of end him?
I
I
think so.
can't
They
remember.
just kind
Dude,
of
it was
threw him
freaking
away.
3 hour
No,
movie. How do
Black
you.
Manta's okay. He recovered from falling
Oh, that's right.
head
He
first
was in the
off the
end
cliff.
credit scene. You're right. You're right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
He's like missing an eye or something. But
Who
uh,
needs those?
that movie was way too long, dude. It was way too long. I mean, they really needed to gut an hour out of that movie. They really did.
Mm.
But it's he says, of course, I want to know everything, but I also have a great respect for him and the process to know that I'm okay staying out of it until it's late in the game. Sometimes there's so much information that I don't ask because I don't want to know, and I don't want him to go, I can't tell you that yet. All right, so you don't know anything. Other than that, you're involved. All right, well, okay, fine.
Yeah, well,
Um, there's a bunch of little conversation here I'm not really interested in. For me, really, the headline, the reason why I brought it up is because for me, I'd rather talk about Aquaman itself, and then what do you think? Do we need an Aquaman 2? Nick C says, "What is Cheshire talking about? I can still call the movie Orm the king, the true king of Atlantis. You could, and I'd
I
probably be
don't
on
think
board with you."
I don't think we need another Aquaman 2, but I think Warner Brothers needs another Aquaman 2 because Aquaman made some decent bank. Yeah.
Hey, it did, but who here
Yeah.
liked the movie?
I like the movie. I thought it was
Oh,
great. In fact, I was so impressed the fact that they used Aquafina in the movie.
hmm. I thought it was serviceable.
Well, give me a 1 to 10 for the movie.
10.
6.
6. Todd?
7.
7.
Eh,
See, I give it like a 4 personally, but if you cut an
Really?
hour, like the entire Nicole Kidman stuff, you cut all that garbage out of it. I think it would be maybe a 6, maybe
Well, what
you
do
even
you
a
hate
mean?
7.
Winchester.
The Nicole Kidman stuff's not even an hour. It's more like 10 minutes.
Oh well, I'm talking about all his stuff at home and all those other things about him trying to get to
Oh,
her and all that kind of stuff. Just cut all
But
that, call it all
but
out.
that's character building. Don't aren't you into character building?
No, 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 not in that case.
actually, for me, it gets a 7 for quoting Once We Were Warriors.
Oh, does it? You've upped your game. Yeah.
Ooh, I
Um,
Yeah,
know that
yeah.
movie. Chester,
yeah.
that's a New Zealand movie.
That
Oh,
was
Mm-hmm,
come on,
mm-hmm.
that was
come on,
very
guys.
plotting movie. It was very very
The whole
clunky.
scene with Pinocchio. Come on, please.
Huh?
The whole scene with Pinocchio. That was the price of admission right there.
What scene with Pinocchio? What are you talking about?
When was there a Pinocchio?
You saw the movie, right?
Yeah, I seem to
Can't
remember there
recall a
was like they were
Pinocchio.
in some town and there was a Pinocchio book in the
Well, yeah.
window.
Well,
Uh,
in their escape, Aquaman hid with a chick in the whale. And then when it came out and they were hanging out at that little villa, she actually sees the book of Pinocchio and says, "Oh, that's how you came up with that idea."
See, that's the problem. This movie is way too long and way too clunky. You don't remember anything from the movie because it's all thrown at you just in one big clump. It's like, here you go,
Yeah, I
catch,
don't
you
remember
know?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the movie was horribly edited, and it's unfortunate because I think there was a fun movie there. Now, I personally much prefer the actual Aquaman to this thing we were given, but I do like Jason
Did we just
Momoa.
lose Chester?
Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think
Is it because Chester was talking too much? What's going on?
I think so. I think Disney Warner Brothers assassinated Chester. And now this is our stream, boys. We can take over.
Can
No
you
more
hear?
tyrannical Chester.
Can you hear me
He's
now?
back.
Chester, they
Shut.
all wanted to start a
Uh-huh.
coup, but I, your
Uh-huh.
loyal follower
Uh-huh.
Booster, I was telling them to back away.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
Let's see what this chat has to say
I
because
would
I
do
think
nothing
I've
bad to you, Lord Megatron.
I think I've triggered a few people here. Let me see. Um, what, Joshua? 10 million people don't even exist on Earth. I'm with George. Disney uses their alt accounts. All right, fine. Chrono says Mandalorian is doing good. The new Star Wars game is great and looks fantastic. You know, that is true. The new Fallen Jedi game is actually doing really well. And that's cool. Let's see. Nick says, oh no, I already said that. Eric says, so I'm late. Watching a movie with the wife. They had to catch up on my Twitter drama. Oh, dude, stay away from Twitter. Cult
I'm
film
about
video.
ready to unfollow everyone and just follow some cute little dog profiles.
I don't even look at Twitter, dude.
Or retweet some cute dogs and cats. Look at the kitty. Look at the
That's
kitty.
what my wife does. So. Let's see. Cult Film Video says first 30 minutes was great. Then you could tell they did a lot of reshoots. Yeah, I mean, you could. There's two movies there. You could go one or the other, really. Aquaman was 3 movies in one. All right, even Nick is saying 3 in 1. Well, in a way, if you take the Black Manta movie as its own separate thing, they learned nothing from Green Lantern, right? You know that killed me about the Green Lantern movie because everyone's like, "Oh, that movie's so bad." Well, yeah, the first 70% of the movie is awesome, and then it dropped the ball in the third act hardcore. But the first, good I say 70%. Some may say like 50, 60, but the first big chunk of that movie was wonderful. And the ending was so bad that it turned the entire world against it. Cult Film Video says, a king fights for his people, you fight for everyone. Aqueduct or Aquacock. Okay. All right. Either way.
I think he just got you to say something he wasn't. That's what he was trying to do, or something. That's
Oh,
funny.
I understood that. That's why I did it that way, Todd. That was called humor, timing. Okay. Cult Film Video continues saying the Pinocchio scene was awful. They'd rather reference a Disney film than a Bible story. Ooh, get into that. I don't remember that either. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that movie you don't remember because you don't go back and watch it a second time because it's too damn long and it's boring. Your ass hurts. Anytime you're watching a movie and your ass is hurting, it's not a good sign, dude.
That's bad.
It's
It's like why I could never rewatch Interstellar. I liked Interstellar, but I'm not gonna go sit for it for 3 hours again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. Eric says woohoo. Okay.
Because I did a woohoo noise earlier. I was Starscream.
Let's see. The mouse ninjas got him. You go for the puppies, Booster. Goodness gracious, the anime Bible. I don't know. You guys are starting to get a little twisted for me, but me personally, if they do a second Aquaman, I hope it's a much tighter and smaller thing than they tried to do in that first movie. But the good thing is, a lot of people liked it. It made money, and we get to have another one. So I'm cool with that because I don't hate the movie. I just think it was bloated and poorly edited. But anyway, moving on here. Oh my God, Freddy Krueger's back. No, hold on. It's not Freddy Krueger. That's Frank Miller. What the hell's going on here? But go ahead and read
What
that,
is
Booster.
happening? Comics legend Frank Miller claims ex-wife stole rough sketches. Lawsuit. Oh, mate.
Rough sketches,
Well, if it's his rough sketches, why would he want them back?
right?
Especially if it's his recent stuff.
Well, his
Oh,
recent
maybe it's
stuff
from his
is
old
all
Daredevil
rough.
days. So,
What's it?
it's all rough sketches.
Yeah,
Ugh.
he's not doing well these days.
Respect to Frank Miller because he is a bloody legend.
He is a legend. He's one of the biggest legends alive. But I have
if his work just went downhill.
Does he look 20 years older than he really is, though?
Well,
Is
dude,
that
he
it?
looks like he's 96. So how old is
It's
he? Right?
brutal.
I don't know. Someone look it up.
Well, how old
Someone
is Frank Miller, guys? Because he looks 96. He looks like he's
in
on
his 60s.
dialysis or something.
He's supposed to be in his 60s. He looks brutal, doesn't he?
Jesus, dude. I mean, he really looks like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, he's 62.
62.
Gee, no way, dude. No way.
Yeah.
Yes, he's 62.
Harsh, man. That is rough. That is very rough.
I respect the legend. He saved Daredevil for goodness sake.
I
Right?
know Frank Miller's awesome, dude. I just now, but the thing is, when I see how poorly the Xerxes art is of late, I figured he was a lot older because I just figure his age is getting to him, and that's what it is. But he's only 62. That shouldn't be having that effect on him. He should be just fine. So what's going on? Is he have some kind of health issues? I mean, what's the deal then? Now, because he's
Alcohol.
so young, is it alcohol? Is it 'cause he still
A
has
lot
that
of it
trouble?
was yeah, a lot of it was alcohol. Back in the 80s, I believe he drank a lot, if I'm not
Yeah, well,
mistaken.
yeah, maybe that'll do it to you. But Kronos says, "See,
Mm.
meth is bad for you. It absolutely is." And Alan Moore probably cursed him. Exactly, Nick. That's right.
I can believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, uh,
Yes.
yeah, it is a hard life, dude. But anyway, let's see what he's complaining about here. Go ahead and use some kind of old 20s voice to read this. Kapow! Go ahead.
All right. Kapow! Comic book legend Frank Miller, who penned The Dark Knight Returns and Sin City, sucked his ex-wife for a lawsuit Monday for allegedly swiping valuable rough sketches of his work and trying to sell them under the table.
No.
That bitch. Lynn Varley, an award-winning comic book colorist who collaborated with Miller on many of his early tomes, is allegedly hiding preliminary sketches she squirreled away before the couple's divorce. Miller claims in his Manhattan Supreme Court lawsuit. Varley filed for divorce in 2006 after 20 years of marriage. In
Ooh.
2011, while the duo was still married, they cut a deal to divvy up illustrations and artwork they owned, according to the court documents. The agreement didn't give Varley ownership of the rough sketches, which he allegedly grabbed either from the couple's co-op or from the storage unit during their marriage. Okay, all right. Well, she's a bitch. Well, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, right.
What a bitch.
And I always thought this was weird. I mean, divorce in the States and in Europe, but it's particularly in the States, it is absolutely anti-male. It's super
Mm,
against you if you're a guy and you get divorced, incredibly so. I understand that if you're saying, well, the woman supported him and when he made all his money, okay, fine. I understand the splitting up of estate values and things like that. But why should the wife, who has nothing to do with any of the creation of the art, get any of the art? That's his
I
creation.
understand
That's
them
from
getting
his
money
hand.
because it
Money, I
is it
get.
should yeah, it's essentially shared wealth to a degree. I'm being generous here,
Oh no, no,
but
yeah, so
the
am I.
art and his creations,
It doesn't
no,
make any
she hasn't
sense.
got that
Yeah,
talent.
yeah. Now with Cameron, on the other hand, James Cameron, and the loss of rights for Terminator to the wife, now that makes sense because she was a producer and directly involved in the creation of Terminator. So okay, well
Mhm.
that is an even thing to split up, right? But in this case, I never heard anything about his wife being an artist. Have you? Right? Is she?
Lynn Varley? You don't know who Lynn Varley is?
Colorist, they said.
The colorist.
So well,
You don't
therefore,
know who Lynn Varley
of
is?
course I don't know who she is. Obviously.
Jesus, I thought you read these comics.
Well, so you think I read people's names? I read the comic. I didn't even know who Frank Miller
Oh,
was until you guys started talking about who's this Frank Miller. Oh
you
yeah, I
think you're
read
not
that.
just as smart as I think you are. It's a disappointment.
Oof.
Dude, I don't know who No
Comes our
Barley is.
show,
I
mocks
mean,
out Busby.
well, no, I'm going to pay attention who a big name writer is or a big name artist or something, but I don't bother waste my time who's the letterer, who's the colorist. I mean, God, what do I care? You know?
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nevertheless, so if she does have claim, then that's a different conversation, I suppose. But you know what I mean, though. It is weird though how many artists we talked about and we've met who marry a colorist. It's interesting.
This one.
It's kind of like doctors and nurses, huh?
Mhm.
I will make
Oh, here
myself
we are.
available
Bullet
to a
Bullet
colorist.
puts it quite eloquently. He says, "Dr. Dre had it right. Bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks." Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Get it, Bullet.
Jesus,
Get it.
you guys are too
Get it.
much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and Star Storyteller, who is a lady, says, "Preach it, Chester.
Milady.
Women should stand on her own merits and not steal the fruits of his labor." Well,
Absolutely.
that
Women
that that
are awful.
there are many layers to that conversation, actually.
Yeah.
But
Look, Frank Miller was stupid enough to say I do. He's got to live with the consequences.
Thanks, George. Thanks. No, it's that whole conversation with divorce though in America, it's out of control. It's way out of balance. I don't have any problem with a woman getting a percentage of the value that they've been built up over their time. Sure, but shouldn't there be like a cutoff? How many times have we seen someone get married, divorced within 2 or 3 years, and the woman gets half? That doesn't make any sense. She didn't have anything to do with earning that. There should be some
Hey,
cutoff period. There should be some because I don't mind a woman getting a share of what was earned together. That's fine. But it's way out of control, man. You don't want to be a dude, especially if you got a lot of money and marrying someone these days. I just think it's deadly dangerous. If I was a really wealthy man, I would not marry anybody. I wouldn't even. I
even
wouldn't even.
for 79 beers?
Not at all. I don't drink that much, George. I'm a very controlled person. Yeah.
Wow.
No way. It's suicide, dude. Because it's unfair. But
What about
and
you, Booster? Would you do it for 79 beers?
Oh, I don't think I can drink that many beers. I'm pretty light.
Todd?
Would I what?
Would
Explain exactly.
would you say I do for 79 beers?
No, no.
Well, okay.
I will make myself available to a colorist, though.
yeah.
Hmm.
But here's the thing though. Speaking of beer, and I'd like to kind of hear the consensus in the chat. The most beers I ever drank was actually a horrible piss water called Bush beer,
Oof.
and I drank 17 of them, and it was a bit of a mistake. But that's the most I ever drank in my life, from at least a can, I suppose. But 17 beers. Anybody got that beat?
Nah.
Yeah, I wasn't. Trust me, that was painful in the evening. That was very
Yeah,
painful. I wouldn't
that
suggest
does
it.
not sound nice.
I do
Yeah.
not recommend it to anybody. But
Hmm.
yeah, beer, especially that piss water. Oh God, it's so bad, dude.
But it looks of Frank Miller, he probably has you beat.
Oh, dude, this dude drink us under all of us under the table. I think.
Have it for breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah. I love a nice bush. We know you do, Bullet. It's okay. But look at some of these headlines on the side here. World Series video shows possible Astros cheating setup. No. And they even have the clicks up here. Ooh, it must be important if people are clicking on it. Epstein accuser alleges sex assault by women before rape by him. Oh, no. So you had women's rape you, and then you were raped by another man. Oh, goodness gracious. You have a story to tell. How much money you got to get out of that? I wonder how much money.
Well,
How much money?
would you
How much
look
money?
at this? Now we know a little more about Chester. Chester, all these ads are based on your preferences and
Yeah. Yeah.
browsing history.
Seems like you love some rape, Chester. What are you
It
doing,
seems
Yeah,
man?
it
so.
does.
But this is like, I don't think so because I've never gone to the New York Post before.
That's what the
Mm.
browser says otherwise.
Well, then let's go with this one because this is absolutely me. Me, you guys can feel it coming through the
All
chat. I'm
right.
sure. Britain's first gay dad split after
Oh yeah.
one starts dating daughter's ex.
Whew.
Oh no! No! Come on!
This is
I
good
gotta
news.
click
This is
it.
really good news. All right, here we go. But
Oh,
we're now the gay
oh.
dad's news today.
The well
Let's get into
documented
this.
relationship between Britain's first gay dads has officially come to an end, as one of the
Oh
men is
no.
now in love and dating his daughter's ex boyfriend. Oh,
So
maybe he just
CNT has
used your
officially
daughter to
changed
get
to
to him.
GNT.
Daughter?
Yeah.
He's not very good at being gay if they've got a daughter there.
Well, that's the thing. They're the first gay dad, so either one of them had a daughter with a lady, or they adopted, which is a
I
whole
see.
conversation I don't even want to get into because I will certainly get my ass banned. I guarantee ya. That conversation. But aren't they just precious? Aren't they? They're just so
It is.
precious.
That
Now,
it's pretty gorgeous. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
nice.
But here's
It's
the
really
thing.
nice.
I don't know how many of you have any experience with gay people, and
Yeah, yeah. I've
you
had
know,
gay friends.
yeah, and most people have, and we
I have a
know
lot of happy friends too.
we don't care very much. But coming from the entertainment industry like myself, I've been around a lot of gay people, and one thing I can tell you that's very different about gay men than heterosexual men is gay men are way more lecherous than any hetero man could ever even dream of being.
Can you please give us a definition of lecherous?
Lecherous means to have sex with lots and lots of people. It means slut, but it's for the man. Slut is a female term.
Man whore.
Can you use that word in a sentence, please?
I just did, George. Bite me. Which
That
or
didn't
don't,
count.
because that's where they get in trouble. But
Hmm.
they always cheat. That's right, Dina. Gay dudes are just they're incredibly slutty. I don't know what it is, but they are.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly. They are really bad, dude. But anyway, let's see. We're coming to the end of the show anyway. But I just couldn't resist. Oh, he ends up dating.
Oh,
He does look sad.
what? Why is he sad? Why he
Oh,
looks
he's
teary-eyed?
sad.
What's happening?
Oh, let's come down.
Oh, what's going
What's
on with
happening to
Chadwick?
What's happening
Chadwick
to
Boseman wants nothing
Chichala?
to do with a Marvel Disney Plus series. What?
Oh, racist.
Well, seeing as no one even knew who you were before, Mr. Boseman, well, that's pretty cool. It seems like your ancestors were related with sailing vessels, which, I like sailing. But yeah, no, I don't even know who this guy was before. I thought he was okay as T'Challa. A lot of people hated him as it, but I didn't hate him. I thought he was fine. But maybe because of all that negative press is why he doesn't want to be attached to Marvel anymore, or is he just too much of an auteur? I wonder.
Actor.
Who knows?
Hmm.
Let me check. I'm gonna click it. I
Just
saw
click it.
Alan Moore looking at me. He curses people. Watch out.
Yeah.
Um,
What? Yeah. Don't want to fixate on those eyes.
no, no,
They
no.
will
It's
go into
deadly.
your
It's
soul.
deadly.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh
so
yeah.
let's see here. Let me see. Take a read at it. With the buzz around Marvel's upcoming Disney Plus series steadily increasing, Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman was asked which of his Avengers co-star he would want to team up with for an adventure on the small screen. I wouldn't, because I don't want to
Oh.
do a TV show, he said, adding that he
Hmm.
has other things he's excited about doing, and none of those are franchises. Oh my, sir. Uh, that is not a good look, brother. It's not a good look.
So, so he
Goodness
does not
gracious.
want to lower his expectations.
Well, yeah, but it's coming off incredibly arrogant, dude. I mean, come on. Let's see. In discussing the Black Panther 2, Boseman noted he's interested in exploring the setting and finding out new things about his particular section of the MCU, as long as the foundation that was established in the first film is honored. Okay.
Dude,
Disney
you can just
Plus.
say TV doesn't pay enough. It's okay to just say that, bro.
Yeah, right. Disney Plus is now available, but then again, they're probably going to pay more. Is available in the U.S. if you want to sign up for it. Yeah, whatever, we know that. But here's the thing, though, about TV paying more. We're seeing in the past couple of years an obvious movement to switch away from the cinema into streaming services, dude. This absolutely where it's going. So the money for actors in the future, I think, is going to be on streaming service, not in the cinema, actually,
Well,
because it's
streaming and TV actually do pay more than the feature films. The feature films gives you a big boost up front, but then your royalties are very minuscule as time progresses.
mhm.
Well, TV is the other way around. It's consistent.
Yeah,
So
no, I agree. And
over time, there will be the same amount of time, say in a movie and on TV. The TV would be paying a lot more.
I think it's going to move that way. I don't think I don't know that TV will ever reach the heights that cinema has, as far as someone getting 50 million, 60 million from one film. But in the long haul of the entire run of a series, it could get up to that. Let's see here over in the
Well,
chat.
actually, let me add that one more thing before you go to the chat.
Hmm.
The new technologies that are coming out are going to be taken away from the cinema screens and bring it first run feature films directly to your TV. So you'll be paying, say, $20, $30 a ticket, so to speak,
Hmm.
and you'll be able to sit behind your big screen TV and enjoy the movie without the struggle of going to the movie theater and all that stuff. That has been tested, and it's what they're planning on doing
Yeah.
eventually.
No, I know. I've read and kept up with this as well. They are doing that way. I like going to the cinema personally, but the cinema is a bit of a dinosaur, and they're going to be it is phasing out. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But the chat over here. Let me see here. Where was I? Star says promiscuous. Yeah, lecherous, slutty. Yeah. Overly amorous. Dina says, my gay friend in New York keeps coming to me crying about all his boyfriends cheat on him. Yeah, dude. Those guys have problems. Star Storyteller says, because they don't have partners, they have periods. Ooh, oh, goodness gracious.
Ooh.
Or get raped. Oh, goodness. I started something I didn't want, Todd.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I like Scarlet raging of late. It's only way that can get work. I don't know what that means, Cornos, and I'm terrified. I'm not touching that. Let me see here. But if we talk about Scarlett Johansson and saying I'm not going to do any sexy stuff anymore. Well, Scarlett, you're kind of too old to be doing sexy
Yeah.
stuff. So
It's okay, sweetie. You passed your prime anyway.
what are you on
Thank
about?
goodness you're stopping.
Please.
You've seen your goods already too, right?
I don't know. Have we? I've never seen her do nudity.
Patriarchy wins again.
Have we? Okay.
No,
never
I didn't
mind.
know she did any nudity. The only one I can think off the top of my hand that did nudity because it was all over the frickin' internet was that silly Hunger Games girl.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let's see here. There are actors like that going way back. See the Stargate film with Jack O'Neill is one. Trivia: what's his name? You only see him in movies. Well, he was MacGyver. Or are you talking about the movie with Kurt Russell? Let's see. Cult Film Video says, didn't he encounter Signal? They're on about something. I've totally missed the boat here. This must have jumped on me.
What about
Um,
this guy Cronus? Cronus Chiron in the chat.
Chronos
Mhm.
Chiron, yeah.
Chiron, yeah. He what he's saying is legit. 3D animation is going to be replacing the actors.
Oh yeah, no, that's coming too. But see,
That is not. They'll be doing some of it, but it'll all look. How are you going to respond to it? Are you going to respond that you're like, oh God, I didn't like it? How far you think they're going to go with it? When the
well,
fans don't respond to it, you already have great CG characters, but they need to be CG characters because of what type of characters there are.
yeah, but
So this idea that they're going to scan the actors and replace the actors, there are so many directors that are so elite they'll never do it.
well, that is
But
a fair point.
hold on
That
a
is a fair
second.
point.
I give you a counter to that statement. Every actor today is being scanned, and there is a digital stunt double for every actor in any of these movies that have come out. So they do have the rights to the actors' look, and they do. I mean, practically, was it
To use in that movie,
80% of
to
the
use in that
Spider-Man?
movie, they don't have the right to use it in anything else. I
Yeah,
guarantee
but
that
hold on a
the
second.
union is very strong.
80% of the shots in Spider-Man were all CG.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
but let's
Not
let's
everyone's Tom Cruise.
let's take a side angle at it though. Let's take a side angle at it. First of all, they have not passed the uncanny valley yet, but they will. And when they do, when they consistently can pass that uncanny valley, meaning you cannot tell the difference,
Mhm.
I am sure you're going to see a whole line of movies. Now, maybe they're going to come out of the kind of just the movie mills like Disney and stuff like that. But you'll see a whole run of movies that have no actors in them at all, right?
And
Because
it'll
we
be people like Bruce Lee, like, oh, we'll bring back Bruce Lee.
or not.
It isn't
Maybe it'll
gonna.
just be new. Let's just not even talk about that. What if it's just new characters, new movies that has no actor at all attached to it, but yet you can't tell the difference? Are you going to have a problem with that?
No, no. If it's somebody I don't recognize and it's a new guy, yeah, I've seen plenty of that. Robots in what you call it? I forget what it's called.
Oh,
It's
that
really good.
Netflix one. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But and besides, actors suck, dude. They suck bad, man. They're annoying, loud,
Mhm.
expensive, troublesome. I mean, if I had anything to do with a movie studio, I would be absolutely excited not to have to deal with any damn actor, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, just animate the thing. If the animator's terrible, get another animator to finish off the job.
Right.
You don't have to worry about the union. You don't have to worry about feeding them.
That's right.
In fact, you don't even have to worry about child abuse.
No more
Right,
craft
That's
Chester?
right.
services.
Good
Oh
point.
no.
That's a good point. Joshua, Joshua says, Chester is annoying and loud and troublesome. Well, mm-hmm.
Tell him.
Tell him, tell him, child. But I just can't help clicking on Alan Moore because he looks like he's going to murder me if I don't. So, okay, hold on a second. I feel, oh no, I feel worse. I feel much worse. Alan Moore argument can be made. Birth of a Nation is first superhero film. Well, really? Well,
Um,
really? All right, let's see what you say. Legendary writer. Is he really legendary?
uh,
Alan Moore said,
yes,
yeah, I
back
guess.
before the 2000s, he
I
had a lot of
suppose.
good stuff.
Yeah. Said an argument he's made a lot of great stuff actually. Said an
Uh-huh.
argument can be made with D.W. Griffith's controversial Both for Birth of a Nation is a superhero film while he was talking about the impact of superheroes on culture. A 2017 interview with Moore by Brazilian outlet Folha de Sao Paulo was reprinted by Alan Moore World blog in English. Okay. After explaining why he believes mainstream superheroes and their movies are having a negative impact on society. Oh, okay. Which we know he doesn't like superheroes. Moore is reported to have said, I would also remark that, save for a smattering of non white characters and the non white creators, these books and these iconic characters are still very much white supremacist dreams of the master race. All right. In
Oh,
fact,
Wow.
in fact,
oh.
I think that.
Everything he said could easily be discounted with the
Uh,
box office numbers.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
yeah, well,
he's saying
whatever. I do
it's like
love
box office numbers don't lie.
I
Like
do
people
love
of all
how,
age and races love it.
yeah, well, here's the thing. I do love how we see so many so-called minorities in these Western countries keep talking about all the damn white people, even though we are the vast majority in the country. So it's like, well, what exactly you want the white people to do, who are the majority of that country? You want them just to, step aside and starve to death and let you be because
Hmm.
you're Mr. POC? Is
They
that
they
really
want
what you
they,
want?
they want
Well,
Sweden
we're
side.
oppressed.
Yeah, it's
They
silly. It's
want
dumb.
Sweden side. That's what they want.
Well,
Hmm.
they shouldn't get it, and we should fight against it. Because simple thing of matter is, I love how they keep throwing out this minority, minority, minority. Well, you might well be when you have a majority white, but if we look worldwide, you do realize white people are the minority, right? There are less of us
Hmm.
than there are the other groups.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah, I guess not, huh?
They don't know.
But whatever, Mister
They're
Mister
ignorant to things
Liberal,
outside their own countries.
right?
But I knew Alan Moore was insane, but this is
Oh, he's always
ridiculous.
this. He's always been this way,
Oh
dude.
man.
Wait a
It's
minute.
like
He's
look.
Wait a minute. Isn't English the white man's language?
Oh, don't talk about
Oh, don't
cultural
say that. Oh
appropriation.
no.
You'll trigger me. Don't do it. Because the
What
whole
what
world is
what
appropriating
are,
my
what are,
freaking culture right now, to be honest
what are you
with you.
trying to say, Chester?
No, I
Are you
just said it. Okay.
About to
And
appropriate the
he
shit
says
out of something.
he's talking about made by D.W. Griffith's Birth of the Nation as the first American superhero movie and the point of origin for all those capes and masks. Okay. Although made much
Ugh.
earlier, Moore's comments are resurfaced at a time when many prominent names in Hollywood, including Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola, have made disparaging remarks about superhero films. Well, we know why, and it's funny to me, Mr. Moore, because
Chester? You
you've
still
made your
around?
entire money off of them, but that's all right.
He is
Released,
so lucky he wrote Watchmen.
right? And it's
We
funny
would have
that
put up with him otherwise.
well, he's done a lot of good things actually. But released in 1915, Birth of a Nation, which I love how they keep bringing this movie up. They keep bringing it up and up. It's 1915 silent movie. God, is arguably the most controversial film of all time. Really, really. Saw, it wouldn't be controversial. Really, although technically innovative, Birth of a Nation glorifies the Ku Klux Klan, Democrats, you know how they are, while depicting black men as inferior and predatory. The movie is considered at least partially responsible for the revival of the KKK, which had nearly ceased to exist by the time the Birth of the Nation released. Really, that's interesting. And it just says gives his accolades. But here's the question: have any of you ever seen Birth of a Nation? Has anybody?
Yes. Good
Yeah,
movie.
I haven't
Yes.
seen it at all. They keep talking about it. I guess I should go watch it then. I suppose I should go watch it because I've never seen that flick.
Archive.org, I believe it's on there.
Oh, I'm sure
It's a
it is.
public
I mean, it
domain
shouldn't
movie
be hard
now.
to find. It's a very
Anyway, it
old
says
movie.
Robert Ebert deems Birth of a Nation a great film that argues for evil. Huh. Well, there you go.
What's wrong with that? There's a lot of movies that the hero wins, and then there's other movies where the villain wins, right? It's a twist. It's
Yes,
entertainment.
Civil War. The hero won in that movie.
Oh wow, Cult Film Video says it's like 4 hours long. Damn. All right. I gotta watch it now. I gotta watch it now and make my own judgment because Mr. Moore here is telling me the white man bad, white man bad. I love how every time I hear white man bad, it's always from a white guy. What's up with
Yeah, why
that,
is that?
dude?
Yeah, it's like if you want to get rid of white people, you first, mate.
Yeah, you
You
first.
first.
You
You're the one
bastard.
advocating for it.
Yeah,
You can jump off a bloody cliff, and we'll see how it looks.
yeah. Because it's either some white guilt dude, white person or lady, or it's just some ultra hardcore racist black guy or black girl, right? Just, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, hardcore racist. And you can't even call them racist because they're like, they're racist, it had to play the power, that thing as a black person be the racist. And I say, fine,
Yeah.
you
Or
bigot, you
Yeah.
bastard. How's that?
But actually,
like
racism plus power minus whiteness and other privileges to the
Uh-huh.
power of country slash money. They do this
Squared.
weird little squared weird little algorithms in their head. What are you doing?
Yeah, just call them
Why are you going
bigots.
through all this?
Yeah.
Why are you going through all this effort to justify your racism?
It is weird, right? You're a hater. It's all right.
uh,
Hater gotta hate. That's the way it is.
just
But
gotta hate. Just gotta hate.
I know it's ridiculous though. Nick C says, or a white witch from England. Hey man, white witch. I'd take a white witch. I'd take a witch of any color
I
back in the
take a
day.
white bitch.
Yeah, is that what he was trying to say? I see. Uh, Cult Film Video says I made it through 30 minutes. I can't go longer than Keystone Cops for silent films. I get that. Although when I was a kid, my parents had one of those old type of projectors. The ones where you put the reels on and there's a light, and they the old style, the real old style, like from the 40s or 50s one. And we had a whole bunch of these little reels. I don't know, they weren't very big, maybe 7, 8 inches wide, I suppose. And we had a bunch of those Keystone Cop films, and we used to watch them all the time. It was fun, dude. You
Mhm.
guys ever seen the Keystone Cops?
yes.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I like that. But it was
Yeah.
cool too because it was this these days everything's plastic and it's so shaped and covered to make it look modern and ergonomic and stuff. But back with the stuff coming out of the 50s and even in the 60s, it had this really cool mechanical feel. And that's what I loved about that projector. It was so cool looking. The ones they have today are all compact, tight little things that are much better, of course. But yeah, Car 54, where are you? There you go. Buster is the best. Buster Keaton is awesome. Yeah, that's right.
Buster's okay. I think he's overrated.
You don't like Buster Keaton?
I thought we were talking about Booster,
Oh, no,
but
no.
we're saying Buster is like a joke thing.
I knew it was where he was going. I knew it.
Yeah. But no, Buster Keaton is a lot of fun. Matter of fact, I much prefer Buster Keaton over Charlie Chaplin, to be honest with you. I think
Mhm.
maybe Charlie's more artistic, I suppose, but Buster's more entertaining for sure. But anyway, that's enough of that. We've covered some interesting news today. We've had some conversations that will certainly get us negative marks and strikes from YouTube, but that's okay. I think just existing is a negative mark these days, so it'll be all right.
Yeah, and so I understand. I don't like existing either.
That's true.
It's
That's
annoying.
true. Yeah.
It's kind of a pain. Yeah,
And we got to
but I
hear
do it.
a little bit of the negative hate from old Alan Moore. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah, it irritates you because the thing it is, he's done so many great things. I mean, think about it. He's done The Watchmen, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Swamp Thing. What else has he done
Yeah.
that you liked?
I
Training.
I don't know if it's like haram to say, but I didn't actually enjoy V for Vendetta very much.
See, that's my favorite Alan Moore actually. I love E for
Like,
Vendetta.
when I read it, I thought it was absolute snowfest.
The
I
well,
didn't get it.
yeah,
It
but the
was just a bunch of like
linguistics, the
fascist. It's just a bunch of fascist politicians trying to shag each other's wives. I didn't get it.
oh well, yeah, it is exactly that. It is extremely fascistic, and it's very
uh,
much it's funny because even though it's well, I'm not going to get into it, but the thing I loved about it was the linguistics, the language of it. It's so beautifully written with a great use of language in general. It's just I appreciate that book a lot. And in the movie, which is they do take a moment in the beginning of the movie to play on that wonderful linguistic skills of Alan Moore. I wish they would have done more of it throughout the movie, but at least we got a little bit of it. But it is brilliant. It is brilliant. And yes, he's a bitter old man, yeah. But the thing is, during the course of the story, because that is a middle, beginning, and end story, right? It isn't something like Spider-Man that keeps going on and on. During that story, he is bitter, and it's shown that he's bitter, and he ends up learning in the end that it's broken him, and he's not worthy of being part of the new thing to come, because he is broken and he is a part of the past that needs to be destroyed as well. I mean, that's one of the brilliance of that story. V for Vendetta is brilliant writing from the old liberal Alan Moore. Anyway,
I might have to read it again.
yeah, that's freaking brilliant, dude. I have a feeling that the V for Vendetta is really something that if you read it as a young person, it impacts you differently than if you read it when you're older. It's one of those type of books. It just is what it is.
All right, I'll wait until I'm in my 80s then.
Yes, you should. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could shake your fist and stuff. It'd be awesome. And then
old people
pull a joint.
Get off my lawn.
But anyway, it's all right. It is interesting how we forgive certain peoples and we don't others, because, like Chris Evans, for instance, we know he is this ultra SJW thing, but yet he's professional enough to step into Captain America, which politically he hates Captain America. He hates that. It's everything against Captain America is the exact opposite of what he is, right? But yet he's professional enough to step in and do a good job as Captain America.
And he has a great butt. Yeah.
That. Well, we forgot about your ultra heteroness there.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate that. And Alan Moore's the same thing. It's a great skilled person, but he's just mentally insane. So. Nixie says, it's trash. I'm going to read Ryan North's Squirrel Girl. All right, dude. There you go.
Fair enough.
All right, guys. That's definitely enough for today. Thank you very much. We will check you out tomorrow, of course.
Before we go.
Yeah, yes, George.
A couple of things. One is, if a lot of you don't know, because the mainstream media is not reporting it, President Trump was rushed to the hospital because he could have been potentially poisoned because his taste tester got sick real fast from one of the meals that was presented to him, and they're worried that the food that the taste tester got sick from might have passed to the president.
George, are you making a Lord Emperor Caesar Trump joke, or are you being serious?
No, he's serious. I just googled
it. This is legit. I'm being serious. It's not reported in the mainstream media news.
Of course they won't report it.
It's legit, and just wanted to pass on this information so that at least people know that the president was attacked over the weekend.
These bastards.
And, I mean, it's one of the many attacks. This one is very, what do you call it, in front of you.
Yeah,
you can't hide it.
They've lost their mind. They've really lost their mind. It's this insidious insanity that's going on with these people. All right, and the second thing, George?
The second thing is, when the 79 beers, if you take 79 beers minus your age, plus $40, they'll give you the year you were born.
There we go.
79 beers minus your age, plus $40 gives you the year you were born.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Try it.
I just did.
So you're lying to yourself, are you? Or
yeah.
No, I just maybe my math.
Holy
is better
crap!
than
It worked for me.
Yeah.
What about you, Todd?
Oh, what is it again? Say it.
79 beers minus your age plus $40 gives you the year you were born.
No, it doesn't. 99 minus the 49 brings us to 50 plus $40 is 90. I was not born in 1990. I was born in 1970.
79.
Yeah, I just did it for you, Chester. 79 minus 49 plus 40 equals 70.
No, he said take my age minus from 99.
No, he said 79 minus your age, Chester. Listen.
Yes, it worked for me.
79. I thought he said 99. 99
No,
bottles
my
of beer on the
goodness.
wall. 99 bottles of beer. You know.
It worked.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
So let me
Yeah,
see. All right.
seven-
All right.
seven-
Well,
Well,
it
that's
worked. In that
because
case, it does.
79 plus 40 equals today's year, so that's how that calculation works.
Yeah. But all right. Thank you, George, for all of that information. But nevertheless, guys, tomorrow, of course, is Bugbear's Basement, and we're going to be continuing our Moonshay Isles adventure, having a lot of fun. These guys are in the beginning of a dungeon delve, so we're having a lot of fun
Wait,
with that.
what?
Yeah, I know you don't know anything about it. Just stay over there, Mr. Non-Nerd. And we're gonna have fun with that. But the rest of the week is normal as usual. Of course, we got our shows 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have our 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday for our Ultimate Edition of Drawn at 9 Quartered, of course. So thank you guys very much, and yeah, we'll see you later. But let's take today. I think it's been a while. Let's let Booster give us that enlightened
Oh,
moment.
hey, Chester,
Okay.
sing us out. You're a
All right.
singer. You've never sung us out. Come on.
What are you
A
talking
quote from
about?
Ralph Emerson: "Every action is measured by the depth of the sentiment from which it proceeds."
Namaste.
Namaste.
Later, guys.
Aloha.
Good night. Good night.